How did e-com start for you first month or two?
I achieved my first 1K day. From there on, in a few weeks, I was on 5K days and 8K days.
So 2 months. The crazy thing is you really started with e-com from zero with us, right?
Yeah, for zero experience.
Crazy.
I'm also on the office with another coach of us. He was also started at the same time with me, but he was already on 10K days and I couldn't even achieve my 1K day. So I was really doubting myself.
What has changed for you if you look at your life compared to before you joined the program?
I finished, of course, the mentorship with another 80K month. The bank account grew bigger, bought a car, have an office, have the money to buy some good designer, go on vacation.
And of course, you changed, right?
Yeah, that definitely changed. Of course, like I now have a clear vision.
Yes, people, someone who are here, welcome to another interview. This one will be with Kelvin. Kelvin was in the Forex space for over a year without getting the desired results. Then he was on the fence to start with e-com. He finally made the move and then went on from zero to scale to 8K days, 10K days and beyond in the program. Watch Kelvin's story right now. All right, people, welcome to this new interview with my client, and right now he's also a coach in my program, Kelvin. So Kelvin is chilling in Marbella, so yeah, it's going to be a good interview. You've seen Kelvin's face maybe before in one of the uncensored vlogs, because I asked Kelvin to share how it was for him in the program, because he did amazing. So let's dive into it. Kelvin, can you introduce yourself for the people who you are and maybe how long you've now been doing e-commerce?
Yes, of course. My name is Kelvin. I'm 21 years old. I'm from the Netherlands and from nearby Nijmegen. I started e-com like in September. So before that, I didn't have any experience with e-com. Of course, I didn't know what e-com was, but I first started with Indeed program. So started with zero, and that's around 8 to 10 months ago. 8 months ago. That's where I started with e-com, and I just started with Samuel. And like some people, some of the guys I saw with from the censored video, where I talked about my journey. In the 3 months program that I did very great numbers at the end of the program. That's basically where I started.
So how was your life before you found e-com?
How was my life before? I was trading the Forex market, but before that, I was in the NFT and the crypto market. I was in the 2021 bull run, and that's where I made some good money. So that's where I experienced some big numbers back then. So that's what I did. So I had very great time during that bull run. But of course, after the bull run, there was of course a bear market. So I was looking for something else to generate money. And of course, I was already familiar with the crypto and NFT market. And I always saw people online trading. So I was very curious in that part. So I was diving deep into it. So of course, the bear market came. I was diving deeper into the Forex market, and it caught my attention. So I just started with the Forex market because why didn't I continue with trading the crypto market? Because what I thought back then was like Forex market is like the real trading, because you're trading on the currency market, and with the crypto markets can be quite volatile. So that's why I decided to trade the Forex market. I did that for around a year. After that, e-com. But the reason why I didn't continue with trading the Forex market is because it didn't really quite fit me. Because maybe some people will listen to this interview are familiar with trading, but with trading you really have to wait till the setup come from the market. So you're dependent on the market. So I'm someone who can work like 8, 12 hours a day. But you can't trade 8 to 12 hours a day. You can't do that. You can do that, but then you will take very bad trades, and at the end of the day, you will be a big drawdown. So it didn't really fit my character, and I was struggling with that. So around August 2023, August and September 2023, I was really sitting with that in my mind. Hey, does this really suit me? Because I was already 1 year into that game. And I didn't want to waste that 1 year of time of time that I have put into trading.
What
So I
what
was
you making money at
struggling with
this
that.
stage, or?
Yeah, I did make some money, but not the money that I expected to make in that time
Hmm.
period. I think I made around, let's see, around 10K. So, for example, if I did trading for 1 year and the first few months it was real building the experience, building the knowledge. But in 1 year, I think around 10K, and I expected to be more, of course, but didn't earn a lot
Yeah.
back then.
So when was really the moment that you started looking for maybe a different business model, or did it really just land on your lap with you seeing maybe someone else in your circle do it?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing was like I was following you back then in 2022, October around that time. I think around that time you started the elite program, right?
Yeah, yeah, a little around that
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So I was following you, and I'm not sure how much followers you had back then. But that's also the time when I just started a few
Yeah.
months with trading. But I saw your lifestyle and I saw ecom again, and I saw the results. So already back then I was thinking like, hey, maybe I should do ecom. But I was thinking like, hey, you should stick with one business model, like put all your focus in that. So don't abstract from the shiny object. So, but I was always interested in ecom. Like, well, before that, I was reselling sneakers. So I was really into. I really love to sell things, if it's online or physically. I really love to sell things. So it already caught my attention, 2023, but I never did it because I had in my mind I focus on one thing and let it work. And I've always heard from people like with any business model you can make money, but the most important part is like focus on one thing and the money will come
Yeah,
eventually.
100%, man. So many people nowadays, it's like a jack of trades, master of none. They try everything at the same time, and it doesn't work out. So was that also for you that you made a complete jump to ecom, or did you still do forex on the side? And how did ecom start for you? How was the maybe the first month or two?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is like when I had the first call with Levi, so one of our closest right now, I had a call with him, and I told him, hey, let me think about it. I was really sitting my day, should I do it or should I do it not? Should I do it? A few days, I think about it. So I had the call. A few days later, I text Nate, hey, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put my focus on forex. But when I made that decision, the thought of making a decision haunted me for like 2 weeks. Every single day for 2 weeks long was thinking about it. So yeah, at one day, like 2 weeks later, after I've texted Levi about it, I texted him back, hey, I've think about it,
Yeah.
let's do it. But what I had in mind was like, I'm going to do Forex. The funny thing is I said to myself, I do Forex on the side because making analysis, making a market analysis costs around 1 hour a day. And then you set alerts at specific levels. And when the alerts goes off, then you're going to check the market if you see setup to take. But the things when I started with ecom, like and immediately at the start, I really fell in love. So if I didn't even put like the 1 hour, the minimum of 1 hour a day into
Yeah.
trading, I didn't do that because I felt that immediately fell in love with ecom. And yeah, how did the journey went from that? Yeah, I mean at the beginning was tough because everything was new, but I had the mindset of, hey, these are the 3 months. I really have to put all my time in it, and that's also why I let trading go, so that I can take the maximum out of the 3 month program. But the first week it went tough. I had some problems with my personal Facebook account back then, but I immediately switched over to a Facebook structure on recommendation from my coach Adam back then, and just from there on, just on this fifth week of my mentorship, I've achieved my first 1K day, and just from there on, I immediately in a few weeks I was 5K days and 8K
Crazy.
days.
So can you walk maybe a bit through the strategy, because you said after week 5 you did your first 1K day. Uh, where was
Yeah.
you selling at the time, and what kind of products? Was it like very general, or was you more leaning into like the fashion, or what was you doing?
Yeah, I was nearly into the fashion. It was in the Dutch market, but the thing was I was the product that brought me to the 1K. It was like it was a rip off. Yeah, it was a brand, but I didn't know that. It was like I'm not sure what it's called, like for horse riders. You know, they sandals or something
Yeah,
like that. But I didn't know it was a brand. So I scaled that one to 1K days, and in my customer service, I got a lot of complaints like, "Hey, this is not a real brand." But I didn't know that back then. But yeah, that was my first product scaled to 1K. Yeah, to my first 1K
crazy.
day.
So did you use the same strategy to go to 5 to 8K there, or what changed to go there? You know, did you change a lot in terms of how you tested creatives, or the structure of your team, or what made you go there?
Yeah, basically the testing strategy was just the same. Just 5 products each day, fashion products. That was the same. But while I found my second winner, and also the winner that I run with 3 months long, I was testing different offers. It was a to buy two get one free offer, and that really popped off, and I could run with it. But just one single product, I just ran 3 months with it, and also during that time was the yeah, busy with team building. So I first hired my customer service employee, and then the product lister, and then the ad launcher. And during that stage, I climbed up the ladder to 8K
And how
days,
long was
basically.
this after the first 1K day?
I think the 8K days was like, it was one of the first 1K was like in the fifth week. I think my first 5K days, I think it was around Black Friday. I think it was around Black Friday. So I think it was
How
in my
because
eighth
yeah,
week.
so 2 months. So that's the crazy thing is you really started with ecom from zero with us, right?
Yeah, for
So
zero.
so
Yeah, yeah, for zero. Zero
so like
experience.
before you didn't have your own Shopify store or got orders.
No, no. I did create a Shopify store back then for my sneaker store that back then, but no.
Oh,
Overall, I didn't have
so how
any
was this?
experience.
Because you've done like trading for a year, and then you jump into ecom, and then now on month two you're already doing 8 million. No.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I was thinking because I read it on 2022 in October. Like, hey, maybe I should join the Samuel's mentorship. And when I saw the results that I achieved, like in 2 months' time, I really had a regret of not doing it in 2022 back then because I was calculating my reach. Because like, hey, there I would be 1 year in the game. Imagine where I could be right now.
Yeah, but it's a
So
journey, you know.
yeah,
I sometimes think like that as well because when I started, I didn't take any mentorship. I barely did a course, you know, so I made all those
hmm
mistakes myself. Yeah, so you're doing 8K a day after a month or two. How were like the profit margins at the time?
it was between 20 to 25 profit margins.
Very good.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
So,
solid.
so
Yeah.
how was it like making that kind of money? Because did you have your friends? They all knew about it. Your family, or and what changed for you? You know.
I kept it quiet for my close friend. I kept it quiet. They still thought I was trading because I'm not sure why I didn't told them. But my yeah, I have a girlfriend, and my girlfriend knew
Mhm.
about it. But she was also the only one who knew
Oh,
about it. And then my friend was also interested in your mentorship, but I was also in the mentorship as well. And that's the time that I've told him, hey, I'm already in his mentorship, doing 5K days. And when he saw that, he immediately joined the
you had
mentorship as
to.
well. Yeah, yeah. I'm also with him here
Oh,
in
sick.
Bulgaria. So
So, yeah, after month two, maybe can you walk me a bit through like the months afterwards? Because I know e-com
yeah.
business, it comes with ups and downs, but maybe walk me through and then to where you are at right now and how everything is structured and maybe how your strategies have changed or how you've evolved yourself as a business owner.
Yes, of course. Yeah, my membership ended at the end of December. I finished, of course, the membership at the 180K month. And right immediately the month after, I started in a new market, so the Swiss market. So I was within the Dutch market and Swiss market at the same time. And I finished January with a little bit over 200K. And then, of course, in February it came Chinese New Year, so it was yeah. Basically, I didn't run any ads. I did bought for one product. I bought a little bit of stock, but it didn't perform that well anymore. So basically, February I didn't do any big revenue. I think few 10,000 or something like that, but nothing too spectacular. When Chinese New Year was over, I added another market, the Australian market. So I was with the three stores at the same time and also from zero. So it was the Dutch market, Swiss market, and Australian market. So I basically started from zero again with three stores. That was like at the end of February, beginning March. And then after that, I had a very hard time to get it back to work again. But I knew I had it in me, but for some reason it just didn't work. And I'm also on the office with Rome, so another coach of us. And he was also started at the same time with me, also in Australian market, but he had the track much faster than I had. So he was already on 10K days, and I couldn't even achieve my I couldn't even achieve my 1K day. So I was really doubting myself. I think when I saw it 10K, I was happy for him, but in me it was like, bro, I also want to let 10K, but it doesn't work. So I just kept working, and every single time I heard him ka-ching, everything ka-ching from him, from his phone. And that really put some fire in me, and that shit, man. I also have to back on to get on the 10K days. So I had a very hard time. So what I just did was I go back to the basics again. So I've closed down the Dutch store and also the Swiss store. So what I
Why
did,
did
I had
you
only the
close down the
Australian
Dutch
store
store?
because it was very
No.
competitive. It was very competitive, and also when I was running in the Dutch market, I only had in total like 3 or 4 winners in total. So it was very hard to scale product there. So that's why I decided to close that store down. So I closed down the Swiss store and the Dutch store, so only left with the Australian store. But then there was a new market that I saw. So one of our coaches had a student in the Italian market, and he was doing 3K days. And so I was looking at his site, and I saw like, bro, this store is garbage. It's fucking shit. So I thought if I can implement my own template or my own store in that market, I could definitely do 3K days and also beyond that. So I had Australian store and also started an Italian store. And when I tested Italian store for the first, if 1 week, I was already on the 2K days with very great ROAS, like 3.5 ROAS, 4 ROAS. Also had 5 ROAS days. So Italian market really pops out. Popped
What
out
was your
for me.
strategy still the same for Italy?
So it was still the same, but what I did was I was testing the winners. I was testing all the winners that were in the Dutch market, Swiss market, Swedish market. I tested all the Italian because there was zero competition there. So I had a load of products in my Excel sheet that I could test there because I knew they were all winners. So I tested all these products, and it really all of these products I just really popped out. And in my first week, I ran on 2K days, and in 3 weeks, I was already on the
Holy
3K
shit!
days.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's what I saw. Like I saw the opportunity with Italian market, and I really took. But no one was there. But I only saw one student, and I thought that I can do
So,
that also.
so
So
what month was this that you started?
it was in
Yeah.
mid March. It was mid
So,
March.
so
Yeah.
now you're still active in Italy.
Yeah, yeah, still active in
So,
Italy. Yeah,
so how was it this consistent for the last few months, or how?
yeah. It was very consistent. In April, I was building the Italian market and also still the Australian market. But Australian market also was getting sales slowly. So I also scaled Australian store to 5K days again. So in April, I did consistently. I did 10K days
So
and
how much
above.
total revenue did you do in April?
A little bit above
Yeah,
300K. So
that's good.
330K. But that came all from that decision that I took to start the
Yeah.
Italian market. Because if I didn't do
But
that, then I didn't
that,
have the
that's
results.
why sometimes you have to go where no one is going. You know, if you see one person performing somewhere and nobody is
Exactly.
looking, that's maybe exactly where you want to go. I think I became very successful because I never wanted to do exactly how everyone is doing it. You know.
Exactly. And the thing was like, to be honest, like everyone saw that screenshot from one of our coaches that was sharing the result of the students. But the thing was, no one took it. Like we all had like the same, we all saw the same screenshot, we all saw the store, but none of the other people like took that step to, hey, maybe I should also start Italian market because it was new. No one there was no competition, no one knew about Italian market. But I thought, yeah, I only have to see one thing, and I going to take
What
action on
payment
it.
processes you use for it?
Only credit card, PayPal. So it's around
So
50
it's
50.
also way better in terms of cash flow, right?
Yeah, the good thing was like I have a very great PayPal because I bought other PayPal in the Swiss market, and the Swiss market is around 30% PayPal. So I had very good thresholds. I started with a threshold of 20. I already had a threshold of 20K when I started Italian market, and that was just slowly building up. And at the moment, I have a threshold of more or less
Oh, that's
50K.
solid.
Yeah, yeah, it's very
So
solid.
what I want to touch on is two things. First, just taking it back a little bit, how was the program for you? Because of course I know you started from zero with us after doing like the forex, but how was it like? You had your coach. You've been coached by Adam, right? All these. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
So
Adam.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tell me how was it and what was so valuable for you? Yeah.
Yeah, the most valuable parts of it, and also tell my students about it, are the Q&A calls. Like, if I had any questions, my question could always be answered within 24 hours because you have like the one-on-one support, chat support with your coach, and you also had like two Q&A calls every day. So all my questions could be answered within 24 hours, and that was like the most valuable part because I've always attended to all Q&A calls. I never missed one. I never. But because I've attended to all the Q&A calls, also at the beginning of my stage, I was hearing these terms, and I know what are they talking about. I didn't know anything about it, but I was still writing it down because I know I'm going to have the same
Yeah.
problem or the same issue, and also need that solution. I was writing all of these things down. So when I came to that stage in my journey, and I've encountered these kind of problems, I immediately knew like, hey, how to solve them, what to do. That's especially, of course, one of the good example. For example, is like PayPal. Like everyone know PayPal blocks, PayPal holds, disputes. Because I heard all these stories from people in the Q&A calls talking about PayPal. That's immediately I knew when I start in the country where I have to use PayPal. Immediately from the start, I have need to have a create
Yeah.
backend, create templates, create system in place. So I have a to build a great relation with PayPal, and that's why I at the to the day I have like a 150K threshold with PayPal, no blocks. Okay, I do have a reserve, for example, but because of the beginning I did so great with building on my backend and having great templates for it. That's why I have a very good relation
Do
with
you
PayPal at
also
the
think
moment.
that in general, as like a drop shipper, that at times it differentiates you when you just take things more professional compared to others? Because I know
Yeah,
many drop shippers are or can be very sloppy. They just look at the revenues, the right.
yeah.
So maybe you can talk a bit about what made you maybe different or. Where did you give a lot of input, maybe where others didn't?
Yeah. I've put input in the things that people have regretted on the later stage of in their journey. I always learn from people's mistakes. I like to listen to the mistakes that people have made so I can
Mhm.
avoid them. And I think that's the thing that
Yeah.
really sets maybe me apart. Because like the thing with PayPal, I really knew that they need to have a great system in place. Also with for example, backups, backup as ad accounts, backup structures, just things like that. I really learn from other people's mistakes, and that's why I did. That's why I also didn't have a lot of
Yeah.
setbacks
'Cause if you can,
till the
the
day.
best thing is to learn from other people their mistakes, right? You don't make it.
Yeah, because they haven't really made them. They already
Yeah.
paid for it, so I
So
can.
going forward to
Yeah.
how was it for you becoming a coach, and at what stage was this, and why did you want to? I understand why you want to become a coach, but what for you really made you make that decision as well, or how does that opportunity come for you?
Um, yeah, like at the end of December, like my coaching program ended, but I was thinking about to extend with my coach Adam because I really like to have someone where I can talk with, where I can come with my problems, with the problems within my business. So I was already thinking about to extend the program, but a few weeks after, a few weeks after, I just suddenly one day I just received a DM from Adam. From, hey, we're looking for a coach. We think you are a great fit for it. So when I saw the message, I was very
Yeah.
happy. Of course, I was very happy to saw the message. But why I took the chance is because, of course, the circle with you, Dennis, also with Adam. So that was the basically my main reason why I've joined the coaching, like to be around these kind of people because I could still learn a lot from Dennis, from Adam, for example, from you or other coaches. And so what I saw it was like I coach other people, but at the
Like
same time I also get coached with
it's
other
such a cheat
coaches.
code if you're like in the middle of it, like around you, a lot going on, people with their own stores succeeding and helping others. You basically have all the secrets when it comes to dropshipping around you, right? And that's
Yes,
also
for
in
sure.
general right now. I think when it comes to ecom, if you really want to go to big numbers, you either got to build a very good network, or you got to invest in a coaching that has access to a network solutions, because the obstacles will come. That's not a question if you will get obstacles, right? But you have
Yeah,
the
yeah, for sure.
solutions, and that's why I think it's really good to surround yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Like we have all solutions for every kind of problems.
Mhm.
Like we have the connection for it. So there's not really one problem that we
And
don't
it
have a
makes
solution
everything more
for.
fun as well, in my opinion. I most of my friends, they're all in ecom. You right now, you're in Spain with some ecom entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah. Especially we talk about equal. Also, we have like the trip in Marbella here with the coaches. So it's all like-minded people having fun, talk about
So
business.
what kind of
So
numbers are you currently getting?
at the moment, it's still a little bit back. I think I'm sitting around 8K days at the moment. The reason for that is because I don't put a lot of time into my general dropship stores at the moment I did before, because I want to make the transition into
No.
branded
Yeah.
dropshipping. I do think that's where the big money is, and also where the consistency is. Like with general dropshipping, like you can have, for example, a 300K month, but the month after you can set a 100K month, or for example even zero if you have payment processing problems, which happens a lot with
Mhm.
dropshippers. So I want to make a transition to branded dropshipping because I think there's where the big money is, and I think there's where you can achieve those 1 million months or multiple 1 million months at 50K days, 100K days. So make a transition into
That's
that right
good.
now, doing a
Yeah,
lot of
because
research
general is the
about
best
it.
place to start, but with time, I recommend everyone to just take a step to something more bigger, more sustainable, more consistent.
Yeah, for sure. Like with gender, you can scale very fast to
Yeah,
scale very fast to store. For example, what I did with the
right.
Italian market, like in a few weeks, I was ready on 10K days. But of course, with a brand, you
No.
can't do that on that scale.
A
So
brand
yeah,
is
making
slower to
money.
build, but once you get there, you will hold on to that level way more. But bro, you've seen it with clients. I've seen it with clients. How quick people can scale from
Yeah,
zero with general is just absurd. Also with zero knowledge, even
yeah,
when you
but
just give them the blueprint.
yeah, for sure. Also, yeah, just for making, I mean, quote unquote fast money. I think general dropshipping is a great way to start. Also to build the knowledge and the
Yeah.
experience. It's a great way to start, but eventually you really want to go into the branded
What
dropshipping
is good
because
with
that's with
general
the
is that you just
big
test so
companies.
much more, you know? So you also get a feel for what kind of products work well. What I also wanted to ask is like, yeah, what has now changed for you if you look at your life compared to maybe before you joined the program?
Yeah, quite a lot. Like when I started in September till now, yeah, of course a lot happens. Like I mean, the bank account growth bigger, and also I bought a car, like have an office, uh, have the money to like yeah, to buy some good designer and go on vacation. For example, this in Airbnb we're currently sitting as very nice Airbnb. So yeah, a lot of things changed, but like yeah, a lot of financial things has changed,
Yeah.
and also the things that I own at the
And of
moment.
course, you changed, right? Yourself.
Yeah, it definitely changed. Of course, like I now have a clear vision where I want to working towards to. So yeah, that's changed a lot. Like at the moment, my vision is very clear. I want to build a brand, a great brand, and that's where I'm working towards
Sick,
to
man.
right
I
now.
know a lot has changed, so I'm just happy for this. Also,
Yes,
when I
thank
look
you.
back, of course, when we had that call when you just was doing, I think 8K day, but it went so like then. But now, of
Yeah.
course, you become a more mature entrepreneur. So yeah, what I want to end it on is maybe if you can give like one advice for people just starting out or at a crossroad or their e-com store is maybe
Mm.
stuck at a couple $100 a day. They don't know what they need to do. Yeah, what is maybe like one tip that you've learned over, yeah, from September when you started up until now that has helped you a lot with your success?
Is it for like people that want to join e-com or people that already
People that
are
are
doing
already
e-com?
doing e-com that maybe have just started, I think that's nice, but they are just not. It's not
Okay.
taking off.
If you really work like 8 to 12 hours a day, every single day for maybe a few months, you will always see results if you look back on on the first day that you've started. Always. What a great tip I can give is like just put in the hours every single day for a few months, for 2 or 3 months. For example, if you just start with a mentorship, 3 months, how long is that? Basically,
Yeah.
that's nothing. 3 months to put your head down and just basically straight up work. And that's basically nothing if you look back like what you just did before. But you really have to like put in the hours. And if you have a coach, if for example, inside this mentorship, listen to your coach. And also, I'm not sure how you can call it in English, but verder kijken in Dutch
Yeah.
lang is. So always looking for all the things that you maybe can test. For example, in a coaching program, we tell, hey, do this and do that. But it shouldn't only stick with that. You should always look further than that. Always looking for all the
Yeah.
gems, connect with people, asking people that are much further beyond it. Hey,
Try to
how are you
take the
doing
extra
that?
step, you know.
Yeah, always take the extra step. Don't do like, for example, if you just listen to your coach, if your coach says A, I just only do A, then you are just not a real
With me.
entrepreneur, in my opinion, because you only listen. Because that's the same like if your boss
Yeah.
tells you to do
Not
that, then you're
exactly.
only
You're
going
here
to
to
do
become
that.
an entrepreneur, right? So don't take that 9 to 5, do this, do that mentality without thinking for yourself. Try
Yeah,
to really
exactly.
understand it and try to really become good at this and ecom, and because that's what when happens what you just said, right? You see an opportunity and you're like, okay, let's take this step, while other people, they're like not even thinking about it. It doesn't cross their mind. All the answers
Yeah,
and all the
yeah,
winning products and all the success, it's all already here in front of you. You've maybe already seen the product that you can build a brand with that can do 10 million a year. Chances are you've already seen it, but you just didn't connect the dots at the moment, right?
Exactly. And that's why you always have to look further than
Yeah.
learning those language.
Yeah. So people, extra step. Yeah, sick interview, man. Proud on the things you've done so far, and just the beginning, you know.
Yeah, just the beginning, but it is basically nothing. Like I did 300K months for
What?
some people that listen. Hey, 300K month is a lot if you calculate that on a 20% profit margin. Of course, it's a lot, but if you're building slowly towards it, I mean, you don't have any feelings of emotion about it. You just want
Yeah,
more, and you will still have the same feeling if you are on 1 million miles.
bro.
I think you
You get
also
used
have
to
that as
everything,
well.
you know. But it's so damn worth it, you know. You sometimes you just have to look around you at your life and where you've started, and it's you know.
Yeah. It's also a tip that I can give. Just do the things that you are uncomfortable to doing that. Like for example, going to luxury restaurants. For example, yesterday I went to Noble, and I think you went there as well. And it's not a cheap restaurant, but because I've tasted the food and the quality of the food, I just want to make these kind of
Yeah.
restaurant my standard when I go out for dinner, and that's why I'm doing it. Doing it, you know. That's why I'm doing the work
What I like to
and
say
building.
is people don't understand that there is like a complete different life that they can live that is like so much more next level, you know, everything, uh, all doors that will open for you. And why not go for that, you know? If you work for a
Yeah,
boss, you're still working hard, right? With your e-com store, you also be working hard, especially in the beginning when you don't have a team. But once you are through that stage and you start hiring, bro, you can set your life up exactly how you want.
yeah,
All right,
exactly.
Kelvin, thanks for this interview. Of course, we will stay in touch. Guys, like the video, drop a comment for Kelvin, and yeah, take some fucking action.
Yes, thank you as well, Samuel.